Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always told, I had a voice for radio, so today we're doing something just a little bit different. We're still going to be looking at Crimson Invasion, but we're going to be looking at the little Pokemon, what I like to refer to as the evolving basic Pokemon. I sometimes get asked questions like, Ross, what's the best Remoraid to play if I'm playing Octillery? And I've had people ask for this kind of video in the past, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at all of the basic Pokemon that you might be using to evolve into new Pokemon in the future, and I'm going to be looking at whether the one in Crimson Invasion is better or worse than ones we already have. Yay! So starting off, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be looking at Staryu. Now, Staryu might be used because people are playing Starmie to get their energy back in decks like Volcanion and Greninja, but I can be very quick about this one. Yeah, this one's got 60 HP and a retreat cost of 1, etc, etc. You need to play the one from Breakpoint, because the one from Breakpoint, okay, it's got 40 HP, not 60, but it's got free retreat. If you're really worried about HP, you could play the one from Crimson Invasion, but having free retreat is too good. It means you can retreat it turn 1 to pop up a Froakie and use Bubble, or pop up a baby Volcanion, hey Nick, and use Power Heater. Free retreat here is better than the extra HP, because let's face it, Tapu Bulu's getting a one-hit KO anyway. Now, I mentioned Remoraid earlier, let's have a look. There is a new Remoraid coming in Crimson Invasion, but to be perfectly honest, ladies and gentlemen, it's not my favourite. 60 HP is the same as the other two, retreat cost of 1, weakness to grass, blah blah blah. Here's the thing, we've got two Remoraids in Breakpoint, both of whom have 60 HP and a retreat cost of 1, but both of whom also have a potentially useful attack for 1 colourless energy. This one allows you to discard a stadium in play, which could slow down and annoy your opponent, and this one allows you to switch to the bench. Not ideal, but let's say your opponent's got a Tapu Bulu, switching to the bench, you can put up something like a promo Tapu Koko, and you don't give your opponent a prize. You can get your Octillery going the following turn. Nope, sorry ladies and gentlemen, we've actually got two Remoraids, which are better than the one in Crimson Invasion. Moving on to Alolan Geodude, I like the attack of the Alolan Geodude in Crimson Invasion. 0 energy, again a lot of the Alolan Pokemon have free attacks. Flip a coin, if heads, this Pokemon takes no damage from attacks the following turn. Good. I like it. Sounds very nice indeed. It basically gives you immunity on a coin flip. Now, we do have an Alolan Geodude in Sun and Moon, and it has a free attack, but I don't like it as much. It gives you free retreat next turn. That's a little bit of a pain. What I will say is that the Alolan Geodude in Sun and Moon has 70 HP, and there is a difference between 60 and 70 HP. Things like Decidueye using 3 Feather Arrows rather than 4. Things like Greninja Break getting a one-hit KO rather than not getting a one-hit KO. I do like the attack of the Crimson Invasion Alolan Geodude better, but that extra 10 HP, it's not like with Staryu where it doesn't make a huge difference and the free retreat is huge. Here, there is a difference between 60 and 70, and as much as I like the attack, I would probably still go for the Sun and Moon one, because that extra 10 HP could make a difference. Now we are getting a new Ghastly in Crimson Invasion, 50 HP, weak to dark, retreat of 1, for a single psychic energy, put 1 damage counter on one of your opponent's Pokemon. I quite like that, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty good. Having said that, we have an existing Ghastly, and you can either use this art from Breakthrough, this art from Generations, or this art as a promo card. They're literally the same cards. And flip a coin, if heads, asleep and poison. Sleep and poison is really good. Poison gets you that damage counter that you would be getting anyway, but you also get the sleep. This is really a playstyle choice. Popping 1 damage counter down on the field is good, but flipping for sleep and poison, that is super useful, ladies and gentlemen. I'd probably go for the existing one, but I could see you using the Crimson Invasion, and I wouldn't be sad. We are getting a Salandit in Crimson Invasion. What's interesting here is that it is the first Psychic type Salandit that we are getting. Downside is it's got 60 HP rather than the 70 HP that the Fire one has, and, you know, one Psychic energy for burn is fine, but then again the other one for a double colourless energy allows you to do 20 damage, 60 if they are poisoned. And don't forget that we have got the Guardian's Rising Salazar, which will put the poison on. Having said that, do you really want to use a double colourless energy to attack with a 70 HP basic? I'm not sure you do. I do think that the 70 HP is better on the Fire one, but if you're playing a Psychic type deck with Psychic type energy, it might be worth using this for the burn, because you get the guaranteed 20 damage. Burn does 20 between turns, flip a coin if heads are no longer burned. So you could actually get a bunch of damage adding up here. So it's worth bearing in mind. There is a new Weedle in Crimson Invasion, and the great thing about Weedle is that Weedle has 50 HP, which doesn't sound like a lot, but the Weedle from Evolutions, which is your main competition here, only actually has 40 HP, which is not good. Having said that, single energy, 10 damage, flip a coin if heads poison is pretty nice, but the one from Crimson Invasion does automatic poison. Yeah, you lose the 10 damage, but automatic poison and an extra 10 HP. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going Crimson Invasion Weedle all day long. But the biggest difference of any of the evolving Pokemon, the biggest advantage we get in Crimson Invasion is Magikarp. Magikarp has 30 HP, yes, so do the others. Here's the thing though, Magikarp has always been beaten by someone just going Tapu Koko, KO all your Magikarp, especially with the old Gyarados from Ancient Origins that needed to have all of your Magikarp with 10 HP remaining. Yet this Magikarp's got an ability which gives it immunity if it's on the bench. That is stunning and amazing and brilliant. There is no competition. If you're playing Magikarp, you are playing this Magikarp, ladies and gentlemen. The attack for Water Double Colourless allows you to search for a Gyarados and evolve up. If you're putting free energy on a Magikarp, something's gone wrong. This, ladies and gentlemen, is awesome. There is a Feebas because of my low tick in Crimson Invasion. It's alright, we're going to do a video about it slightly later on, maybe tomorrow. But the thing is, this is the only Feebas we've got, you don't have a choice. 30 HP is low, the attack does 10 damage, flip a coin, if heads you are immune to anything next turn, all effects of attacks, damage or anything else, but it doesn't matter, because to be perfectly honest, you know, you don't have a choice. The one you do have a choice for, however, is Stuffle. Because the thing is, we've had a Beware in every set so far, which means we've had a Stuffle in every set so far. Now, if you ask me to choose between them so far, they're all fairly similar, to be perfectly honest. They've all got 70 HP, and they've all got a retreat cost of 2, and they've all got a weakness to fighting. They're all fairly similar, to be honest. I do like the one from Burning Shadows most, because Baby Doll Eyes stops your opponent retreating. You might be able to leave them with an awkward Pokemon in the active, giving you a couple of turns to set up. The one from Crimson Invasion, 70 HP again, retreat cost of 2 again, but it's a fighting type. So if you put a double colourless on here, you're now doing 60 damage to anything that's fighting weak. Like, for instance, Zorua, and Zoroark GX has a really good ability. It's the same ability as Empoleon used to have, discard a card from your hand and draw 2. It is going to see play, which means Zorua is going to see play, which means this Stuffle and its colourless energy not fighting can get some cheeky turn 1 KOs, so for that reason I think Crimson Invasion Stuffle probably would be the one that I go for. And finally, Janmo-o. I don't know if Kommo-o is going to see a huge amount of play, but you never know, it might. We did a video about it the other day. I'll pop a link in the description. Do check it out. I'll also pop my Zoroark GX link in the description so you can have a look at that too. Janmo-o, I mean, it's a little bit fine, but here's the thing. It's got 60 HP. So does the one from Sun and Moon. It's got a retreat cost of 1, which is nicer than the one from Sun and Moon. and it's got an attack for a single colourless energy, 10 damage, which the one from Sun and Moon does not. But here's the real difference, ladies and gentlemen. The one from Sun and Moon has an ability which basically gives it an extra 10 HP, and for that reason I think you've got to play that one. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I get asked about this quite a lot, so now we've had a look at the evolving basics in Sun and Moon, Crimson Invasion. You know whether they're the better ones to use or not. The real highlighted ones really need to be Stuffle, who is a lot better, I think, than the other two, and Magikarp, where it's not even close. I think the Weedle is slightly better as well, but most of the others, it doesn't really make a huge difference, / they're not as good. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comments. Do you think I've made a mistake? Do you think that there are other ones that you would prefer to play instead? And I suppose just as importantly, do you think these kind of videos are useful? Would you like to see more in the future? Let me know in the comments. Go nuts. Be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at The Wassy, and Twitch at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. That's where the live action happens. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, have all of your questions answered, because the bonus pods are literally just me answering your questions, then go and check out patreon.com/PTCGRadio. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.